This is one of the most venerated relics in the world. The Shroud of Turin is the cloth many believe was wrapped around the body of Jesus after he was crucified. Now an Italian expert from the Vatican Secret Archives says she can prove the shroud contains fragments of Jesus' death certificate.
Il contenuto di queste scritte.
The contents of these words refer to the death of a person who's called Iesois Narsarenos, the name that we find lying in the four Gospels.
In 1978, a group of experts found some letters around the face shown by the shroud. Barbara Frail has now decoded them. The partial words are in 3 languages: Greek, Latin, and Aramaic. To understand what they mean, Barbara Frail has studied the Roman law of Palestine going back to the year 30 AD.
Un condannato a morte non poteva.
The body of a man sentenced to death could only be returned to the family after a year had gone by in a common grave, handled by a court in Jerusalem. After that 1 year, the body then could be returned to the family and go to the family tomb.
In the case of Jesus Christ, Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus asked the governor Pontius Pilate not to leave the corpse in a common grave, but instead to use Joseph of Arimathea's family tomb.
Fu comunque necessario etichettare.
They still needed to tag the body because other members of Joseph Arimathea's family could be buried there. The deceased could not stay there long. After the 12 months, it had to be returned to relatives.
So once the body was wrapped in the shroud, strips of papyrus with large letters on it were placed on the head to make note of the person deceased.
C'era il nome del defunto, la data del.
The name of the deceased, the date, and the motive behind the death sentence was written on it, along with the date of when the body could be returned to the respective family.
That data coincides with what's in the Gospels. According to the expert, these strips of papyrus were glued to the shroud for centuries, and after various chemical reactions, some traces of ink were absorbed into the linen.
L'inchiostro con cui.
The ink to write the words include some kind of metal, and there has been a chemical reaction with the cellulose of the linen and with the image on the shroud.
Barbara Frail wanted to prove her hypothesis and turned to a group of paleographers. Without telling them where the letters originated, they confirmed the letters were written in the 1st century at the time of Jesus. Another mystery surrounding the Holy Shroud solved.